Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, got some Canelo Alvarez news, the face of boxing, right? The one, one of the baddest ones we got in boxing right now. Let people tell it. Now, he's a 4-division champion, right? And he's undisputed. And I got to put these up in the 168-pound division. Because I put these up is because I just think he has to fight David Benavidez, who's the lineal champ, before being a real undisputed. I think undisputed, there should never be in a dispute, right? And when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, I don't know why when you tell people just this is the truth, and then they might get upset. But he was given the WBC title, right? He didn't have to fight for it. He fought your boy Callum Smith for the WBA, and the WBC just gave him the title. Now, that's just irking me because the WBC continues to give him things, right? The franchise title, we're not going to get into it, raising the clenbuterol levels and things of like, or when he requested to fight Yildirim. Who requests to fight Yildirim, right? I want to fight him. And Canelo Alvarez is intrigued by the John Ryder fight, but calls Demetrius Andrade a horrible fighter. I'm pretty sure that we can all agree that Demetrius Andrade is better than Yildirim, don't you think? Callum Smith, or matter of fact, Demetrius Andrade is better than anybody that Canelo ever fought. And the only one that comes into question might be Bivol, but he wasn't before the Canelo fight, right? Canelo was trying to avoid Beterbiev and Andrade, David Morrell, and David Benavidez. That's why he fought Bivol. But anyway. So, seeing as though he's going to fight John Ryder, and what I tell you is when people are about to fight somebody that they know we don't want, then they talk about ridiculous things that can happen after that fight, so you will forgive them for fighting a John Ryder. So, and here we go. His promoter, Eddie Hearn, who also had Demetrius Andrade under contract, I might add, but couldn't get him to fight, couldn't get anybody to fight him, even though Canelo was under the same banner. Well, he's talking about, Alexander Usyk, the heavyweight guy who just beat up Anthony Joshua twice and is about to fight for undisputed in the heavyweight division and is already a legend and Hall of Famer. I don't think that Canelo should be messing with Usyk, but that's what Eddie Hearn is talking about. Maybe we can make that fight again or something like that. And guys, don't listen to the deflections. You would think that Canelo has no challenges in his weight classes. Canelo has a lot of challenges at 168, and if he goes back up to 175, then he's going to have to deal with Bivol or Beterbiev, and we know we don't really want him to do that. So if he fights in his weight class that he's supposed to be undisputed at, then David Benavidez is going to be his mandatory if David Benavidez beats Plant. And Demetrius Andrade is up there, the guy that Canelo fears the most in all of boxing. So he's there. David Morrell is his mandatory for the WBA. And I mean a super mandatory because David Morrell has been the regular champion forever. Those are challenges. Those are fights. Who do you got with Canelo and David Morrell? In your heart. Not what you're going to say online. Who do you got between Canelo and David Benavidez? In your heart. Who do you have between Canelo and Demetrius Andrade? In your heart. Who do you have with Canelo versus Bivol, the rematch? In your heart. Who do you have Canelo versus Beterbiev? Right? So, and matter of fact, either of the Charlo brothers too, but because the 160 and 154 respectively, we just leave them alone. But there's enough challenges for Canelo to keep trying to do these circus fights, because the reason they try this is because if he loses, there is the excuse, well, I tried to be great. I would like him to just be great, right? I would have liked him to become undisputed at the middleweight division, where he only had to fight one fight with Demetrius Andrade, but instead go up to super middleweight and fight a lot of easier guys. Let me go up and let me fight this guy Callum Smith. Let me go fight Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant, instead of doing that thing. So we're not distracted. We know what time it is. Listen, Eddie Hearn is a promoter, right? And I know he's got to say a lot of ridiculous things. It is what it is when it comes to promoters. But Canelo don't have to be fighting no damn Alexander Usyk. I would think, if you ask me, he would have to earn a fight with Alexander Usyk by beating a Beterbiev or a Bivol, where we can at least think he has a shot against Usyk. Because as of right now, that's ridiculous. And if he wants to fight somebody at Cruiserweight, what do you think about Canelo Alvarez versus Deontay Wilder at Cruiserweight? He can make Cruiserweight. Would we be okay with that one? Just saying. Doma Sports Talk worldwide and I'm up out of here, y'all.